Each week, American History TV's Real America brings you archival films that help to tell the story of the 20th century.
Imagine all the people in the United States divided into groups of 100,000 each. Here is one such group. This Grecian urn represents 50 deaths from tuberculosis. In 1910, there were about 150 deaths from tuberculosis for each 100,000 persons. We need 3 urns in this row. 10 years later, there were 100 deaths per 100,000 persons, 2 urns. And in 1935, about 50, only 1 urn. Death rate cut to 1/3 of what it was 25 years ago. Out of each 100,000 in the age group 15 to 45, 66 died last year. There's another sore spot on the optimistic picture. Certain racial groups, such as Negroes, Mexicans, and Indians, suffer heavy losses from tuberculosis. The death rate among Negroes is 3 times as high as among whites, not only in the Southland, but also in the northern industrial centers. Poverty, bad housing, and a depressed scale of living seem to be largely responsible. Living cheaply really means living expensively. How would you like to try to keep warm this way? Buying your firewood at the curb, 16 sticks for 5 cents, and when that is gone, perhaps on some cold night, having to pinch pennies for food is another hardship. Rabbits, 2 for a quarter. Here's the chart we saw before, showing the decline in the death rate among whites. Each of these strips represents 100,000 Negroes, and each urn 50 deaths from tuberculosis. But notice that the decline has been just as rapid as that among whites. And in 1935, Negroes suffered no more deaths than whites did in 1910. There's a lag, but the trend is hopeful. Another problem, industrial workers. Did you know that tuberculosis is the particular enemy of the working classes? The men and women on whom rests the prosperity and welfare of this nation? In this chart, each group represents 10,000 men with a job. Here are the professional men, here are the white-collar workers, the farmers and foresters, here the skilled workers, and finally, the unskilled workers. Each urn represents 1 death from tuberculosis among these workers. Professional men, not many deaths among them. Clerks, about 3 times as many. Agricultural workers seem to fare pretty well. Skilled workers, a little more than clerks. And unskilled workers, here's our problem. Look at the urns. 17 out of each 10,000 die of tuberculosis each year. But do you know that we are still on the front line? For tuberculosis threatens every doorstep. Rich, poor, and medium class. And no home is safe until every home is safe.